The Adventures of Superman. The battle against the monsters. Superman soared above Metropolis, scanning the city with his supervision. It was a peaceful morning until an ear-splitting roar shattered the silence. A massive shadow loomed over the skyline, followed by screams from the streets below. Something was terribly wrong. A monstrous creature, covered in thick, jagged scales and standing taller than the tallest buildings, stomped through downtown Metropolis. Cars flew through the air, windows shattered, and terrified citizens ran for cover. It was a beast unlike anything Superman had seen before. Its eyes glowed an eerie green, and as it let out another deafening roar, a blast of molten energy shot from its mouth, melting an entire row of streetlights. Without hesitation, Superman rocketed toward the creature. He flew at full speed, slamming into its massive chest, but the beast barely flinched. Instead, it swung its enormous clawed hand, sending Superman crashing through a skyscraper. He quickly recovered, shaking off the debris, and realized he had to think strategically. Using his heat vision, Superman targeted the creature's legs, trying to weaken it. The beast howled in pain but retaliated with another energy blast. Superman dodged it just in time, grabbing a nearby bus full of passengers before it could be engulfed in flames. He gently set it down on a safe rooftop before turning back to face the monster. As he prepared for another attack, his super hearing picked up something even more alarming: more roars in the distance. He turned his gaze toward the bay, where 3 more creatures emerged from the water. Each was different in size and shape, but they all had one thing in common: destruction in their eyes. Superman knew he couldn't fight them all alone. He activated his communicator and called the Justice League, but they were engaged in battles of their own across the globe. It was up to him. Determined, he flew toward the incoming monsters, using his ice breath to freeze the water beneath them, slowing their advance. Then, with his super speed, he circled one of them, creating a vortex of wind that lifted the beast off the ground and hurled it back into the ocean. The remaining monsters pressed forward. Superman grabbed a steel beam from a collapsed bridge and used it like a bat, striking one of them hard enough to send it toppling over. The last monster, the largest of them all, lunged at Superman with incredible speed. He barely had time to react as its claws raked against his suit, drawing the first real injury he had sustained in the battle. Gritting his teeth, Superman channeled every ounce of his strength and launched himself at the creature, delivering a thunderous punch that sent shockwaves through the city. The monster staggered backward, dazed. Using his heat vision one last time, he concentrated the full power of the sun's energy into a single, blinding blast. The monster let out a final shriek before collapsing. Defeated, exhausted but victorious, Superman surveyed the city. Buildings were damaged, but lives had been saved. People emerged from their hiding places, cheering their hero. Even though the battle had been one of the most intense he had ever faced, he knew it wouldn't be the last. As sirens wailed and rescue teams arrived, Superman took one last look at the rising sun. Evil would always return, but as long as he was there, Metropolis and the world would always have hope. And with that, he took to the skies once more, ready for the next battle, wherever it may come.